So hi, it's Dave. Haven't posted for quite a while because I've been, well, ridiculously busy to be honest, and a lot of my time has been spent actually doing my workshop and electronics and my office that I work from on a daily basis. So really this video is just to do a bit of an update and let everybody know kind of what I've been up to. The lighting is a bit poor in here, so apologies if the video isn't great, but one of the lighting things on the ceiling needs a new ballast. I got it on order, just hasn't arrived yet, but I thought I wanted to put the video out anyway. So welcome to my workshop. If I come back to the wall here, you can kind of see the garage door behind me. If I move the camera up, you can probably see the new flooring that I've laid. I was going to do a kind of a vinyl floor if you saw one of my other videos, but in the end that was going to be a pain in the ass because all my stuff, I was going to have to take it out. The undercoat takes 24 hours to dry. It also cures in like 40 minutes, so you've got to keep mixing batches of it. It's a team job, it's a pretty big area, couldn't be asked. Whereas with the flooring, these tiles, these are 8mm solid tiles, I can just do it in batches. Do a batch, move stuff around, do another batch. I've just been able to do it over time, which suits me a lot better than the pressure of doing a whole vinyl floor all in one go and then having nothing in it for 24 hours, then doing the top coat, another 24 hours, so didn't do that. I'll put a link down below for the flooring, guys. Really good value, and it's just gone down beautifully. A couple of top tips with the flooring though is make sure you put all the tiles inside first and then lay it. Because I had some tiles outside, some tiles inside, some in the sun, some in the shade, and well, they expand. So it should go together really easily, and it does go together really easily once they're all the same temperature. But they could, the ones in the sun were about 4mm bigger than the ones in the shade. So of course that made a big headache when I was originally tiling it. But as long as you do that, keep them all in here, get them acclimatised to the same temperature, and it fits dead simple. So that's good. The floor's really good. If you see the black border, also the black middle bit, that's where the RX-8 will sit. It's black because the tyres can react with different plastics, and so the black will hide any kind of markings that the tyres leave. And this is about a 2 metre, the black is about 2 metres, which is wider than the RX-8, and so it will sit here beautifully. This is about 6.5 metres, 7 metres long, so plenty of space all around the car to work, which is great. I've removed the automatic garage opener, that didn't work. I've reused the power for it for a smoke and CO2 alarm. That's linked to the rest of the house's CO2. It's all a Nest system, so if this one goes off because there's a fire down here, which is probably going to be quite common knowing me, then it will set the smoke alarms off in the rest of the house to notify us that something obviously going wrong. Lots of other bits and pieces going on down here. I've put up lots of little pictures and things around from just travelling as I've been growing up, and never really had anywhere to put them, so that's really nice to get all my kind of bits and pieces out. I've put tools up. If I spin around you can see I've got my tools on the wall, lots of more tools over here, shelf, first aid kit as well, because again I have a habit of burning myself and cutting myself and all kinds of bits and pieces. Fans, tile cutters, loads of bits, but it's really nice to have just the storage now. And I know where my screws are, I know where my bolts are, I know where all my bits are. It's just brilliant because in my previous house I had a shed out the back with some stuff in, a shed down the side with some stuff in, a shed out the front with some stuff in, and then I had a workshop indoors. My tools were never together. It was impossible to get anything done. So now everything's in one place. I'm loving it, I'll be honest. I've even got a toolbox. I know, I've had that toolbox for years. It was in the shed, you could never use it because it was buried away. So I've now got a toolbox with tools in, so if I'm doing odd jobs around the house, I pick up the toolbox. Now I know this has got nothing to do with EV cars, and I know that's what a lot of people subscribe to see, all my CAN bus work and my EV stuff, but this is important because this is going to be my catalyst to getting stuff done. The RX-8 is just the other side of that door. It's filthy, it's covered in bird poo, and it needs a bloody good clean. It needs to be brought inside. But I can't bring it inside because it's on a slope. You can't push it. So that's my next thing, is down here. If I get the camera, here is a 1-ton winch. Now unfortunately I bought the winch, if I just move the camera, I bought the winch and I didn't realise that the bracket it comes with is only to mount to the front of like Jeeps and stuff like that. It's you bolt it in from underneath, but of course I need to bolt it to the floor, so I can't do it from underneath. So I am making here, or I've made now, this is pretty much finished, a bracket that will sit on the floor and I can bolt it to it. So that's been my latest job, and hope you all really appreciate my painting booth here. This very, very expensive plastic bin. But again, just stuff like this, I've always had to spray paint outside. And of course that's a real difficult job to do because the paint goes everywhere, and you want to be at a nice distance to get a nice covering, but then the wind blows it. Just to be able to do it inside is just amazingly easy. Go-kart I made there for the kids when they were younger, and I couldn't bear to get rid of it, so I put that up on the wall. Maybe my brother's just had his first child, so that maybe that'll come back out again. I say first aid kits, welding stuff, toolboxes, batteries, there's clutches and brake pads and stuff there, more welding stuff, drills, got my drawers here for just all kinds of stuff, my 2 mining rigs, lots of stuff, loads of storage over here, loads and loads of storage, some car stuff, golf stuff as well, but it's just nice to have it all. The generator doesn't work anymore, so I need to get rid of that, and no, I don't skateboard, that's my daughter's. Over here, I've got then, actually, if I just focus on this bit here, this here is a room, and that's my office. So I pan up and down and then come in. So if you watch my other videos, you will know that this was being built. I had this bricked up, that was a garage door, and so I had it bricked up and the window put in. Again, there was an automatic opener. I've actually used the same wiring, so I've got a light here now. And lots of doors, got a door to the outside, a door to upstairs, and then a door to my workshop. And then this is where I work, 9 to 5, that's my day job. Coming out here, at the back of the office then to the side of the workshop, so obviously that's where the car will sit, I have my kind of R&D area. So I've got my Mac, got my 3D printer, my electronics workbench, my DC outputs, I've got my leaf batteries down here. It's a 3-meter workbench. I'm actually going to have another bit coming out, which is that bit of wood over there. That's my original desk from my previous house. I'm just going to lop that corner off, and it's going to sit here once I get a couple more legs. I own a workmate as well. I've never owned a workmate before. That's so handy. So it's just really cool. It's just nice to have the space, everything laid out. The missus bought me a sign. I thought that was quite apt. I like that a lot. So I've got my clock there as well. Lots of tools, lots of stuff. So there you go. That's the garage, the workshop now, and my office. And I can crack on with EV stuff. Quite excited. I really should be back on it very, very quickly. Next thing to do is to get the RX-8 in, and I'm going to wire it up as it is because the motor is already in the RX-8, or sorry, the leaf motor is, and the inverter. I'm going to get some copper cable and just wire up the batteries and the BMS and all the code that I've got, that I've written, all in bits and pieces all over the place, and just get the car actually working stationary. I am going to buy a scissor lift as well, but they're looking a bit expensive at the moment, probably a couple of grand, and yeah, I hadn't envisaged that amount. I thought they'd be cheaper than that. So that will sit obviously in the middle with the car lifted up. But I should be able to get the wheels spinning. The motor's connected, it's connected to the gearbox, and if I wire it up, I've got the BMS code working, I've got the inverter code working, I should be able to get the motor spinning. Then if I get the motor spinning, I should be able to drain the batteries, and then I can prove that I can get the charger working. So it's kind of lots of stuff I can do with just the car up on lift. If anybody knows any good scissor lifts, or you know of anybody who's selling some scissor lifts second hand, or any kind of deals I can do, let me know, because I'm kind of wincing a bit at a couple of grand. Could have done without that, to be fair, but you know, if I have to, I want to be able to do it safely. I think my days of working under axle stands and jacks and stuff are over. I've pushed my luck probably right to the limit of that, and I need to do this safely. If I'm going to do this properly, let's get safe, and if I need to spend a couple of grand, great. But anyway, got any tips, let me know, or any contacts who can help me out, that'd be fantastic. So that's it really. Thanks very much for your patience. I get eons of messages, and I'm helping, I've lost count, I must be helping 20, 30 different projects of all different sizes, whether it's canvas related or leaf related or RX-8 related. I've lost touch. I've sent Arduinos all over the world with code on to do all kinds of stuff, and I'll carry on doing it. Just hit me up and I will help. I just like that kind of stuff. So leave it with me. I'm going to get the car in here, I'm going to start wiring up, and I'm hopefully going to start posting a bit more regularly now. Now life's settled down, the whole COVID thing's settled down, the kids are all back at their clubs and stuff. I've got more time down here and I can really get things rocking on. So thanks very much for all your support and all your patience, and I'll hit you up next time. Thanks.